now, it doesn't matter too much. Like, so.
All right. Well, this will be a little bit. I'm gonna have to start because we are recording. I'm gonna repeat kind of what I said before for you guys, so I know it's gonna sound a little redundant. But
I'm gonna try my video for a second.
So
go ahead.
All right. This is a spot that I got for Grey's Anatomy for a promo, and the reason I want to show you guys is because sometimes you don't always get to go mix it, and sometimes you have to do the mix. And so this is one that I ended up. It was my mix that we used for Grey's, and then also it was the mix that went to Spotify. And sometimes the you want to get it to a good mix, obviously, but sometimes it's better to not get like a professional mix on some songs for sync because they can if it's a trailer, they're going to usually like use your stems and remix the whole thing anyway. So like if you do get it placed, then you kind of can go get it mixed to go put on Spotify, but know that they're probably going to break your mix once you send them stems and everything. Like that just kind of goes out the window. So and it would be pretty expensive to pay for every song you turn in for sync if you always got it mixed, because I mean I did 65 songs I think last year. So if I paid my mix fee on 65 songs, I'd be broke and I wouldn't make anything. So a lot of stuff I don't send out for mix. But if it gets placed, then I'm like, okay, I'll go get that song mixed for Spotify, and try and get it back into the TV show, the network or whatever as fast as I can so they can swap it out. We're actually doing that right now. We just did it with another in-show placement for Grey's Anatomy for an original song that we just sent them. Like we found out we got the placement. I sent it off to mix and then got it turned around a couple of days and then we sent it back. So this is a session for you guys all to see what my workflow is for not just creating, but like how I mixed it too. And so here, I'm going to play it for you guys to listen. And then because this is playback and I know we talked about it last week, but I will show the placement as well. It starts quiet.
I backed my car into a cop car the other day. Well, he just drove off, sometimes life's okay. I ran my mouth off a bit too much. What did I say? Well, you just laughed it off, it was all okay. It was all okay. And we'll all float on okay. And we'll all float on okay. Bad news comes, don't you worry, even when it lands. Good news works its way into the plan. We'll all float on, good news is on the way. And we'll all float on okay. And we'll all float on okay. And we'll all float on
So that's my session, and then here's the placement. Here's what they used of it in this session. Oh, sweet.
Did they probably master that? Like make it come out a little louder?
Did I do that or did they?
I was asking if they.
Yes. So you can tell like they boosted it quite a bit because for YouTube playback standards is -14, I believe, like LUFs, and which is pretty hot. So they pushed that up, but again, they also had my send, so they remixed it and put vocals a little louder, and all that kind of stuff. So that's oops, no, I don't want to do that. Did that change something? Okay, great. Is someone trying to get in here?
So we see Danielle at least now.
Danielle now.
Yay! Good.
Awesome.
Okay.
Very cool. All right. So that's the session. And then kind of where we left off last week, we'll jump back into was you guys had asked about vocals. So we're going to start back there. So again, vocals, I start with EQ.
I backed my car into a cop car the other day.
You hear how dry they are.
Well, he just drove.
And so she had a lot of, I'm going to make a copy here. She had a lot of low end in it when I got it. So this is what I was looking for.
I backed my car
Not low end, it's just this right here was bothering me.
the other day.
So then
I backed my car into a cop car
that's the difference.
other day. I backed my car in.
I just want a little bit of that low end out of there. And then next, I wanted to make sure we caught any of the S's. So I put sibilance on here.
I backed my car into a cop
And it catches a little bit of the T's in there. It's not going to do much, really. You're not going to hear it in the verse, at least. And there wasn't a lot of S's on this song, I don't think. So that was fine. And then Tube Tech is a compressor that I like.
I backed my car into a cop car the other day.
This gives it a little bit of life. Then I added this C4 channel on here. And what this is doing here is, again, taming these low mids. So I'm targeting that right there to pull down.
It was all okay. I backed my car into a cop car
Because it just takes a little bit out of it, which is all I was looking for.
Well, he just drove off.
This one, I'm adding a little more air up top here with my high frequency.
A bit too much.
What
did I say? Well, you just laughed it off.
Just a little bit of air on there. Not a lot. And then over here, I took down, what is that? Oh, all right. We got another one. What's up, Derek?
Hey, bro. Sorry. I didn't realize you guys were starting stuff.
Yeah, we're in this session here that for placement that I had, and we're just going through vocals right now. So
Cool.
you'll see here this one. If you guys ever use these types of EQs, this one I was just searching for frequencies, and so this I turned up and I just took it down.
Well, he just drove off. Sometimes life's okay. I ran my mouth
There.
off a bit.
And then the same thing, I just with the low mids again over here. These are the high mids. This is the low mids. Looking for that frequency.
I backed my car into
like
a cop car the other day.
Took that out a little. And the same thing
Well,
with
he
this
just
low end.
drove off
Didn't like that,
sometimes
so I
life's
took that down.
okay. I ran my mouth off
Without all
a
this.
bit too much. What did I say?
Johnny, is this like a matter of preference or is this like
All
how do you
all preference.
Okay.
It's just what I was looking for the song to serve it well. And I had a lot of low end in my bass and my like this stuff here
I backed my car into
and
a cop
this.
car the
So I wanted her
other
voice to sit on top
day.
of that. So I had to chase down some of that low
Well,
end,
he just drove
get it out
off
of there.
sometimes like
And also for anyone, don't feel like you can't interject like that to ask questions. Please ask questions at every step of the way. If you're like, I don't know what that's doing. There's a good chance I don't either. De-esser. That's the next one we put on there. Just catching some more S's and T's if we need.
I backed my car into a cop car.
And we add this API 2500 or 5600.
I backed
And again,
my
just
car
now because I've
into
boosted
a
so
cop
much.
car the other
You know that high
day.
end there.
Well, he just drove off sometimes
Now I'm
life's
taming it
okay.
again. So
I
like
ran my
I've
mouth
taken away,
off a bit.
I've added. Now I'm taking away again, and then I'm gonna put some more RVox on there. This is compression.
I backed my car into a cop car the other
Make it a little smaller,
day.
and then I'll put autotune on there for my final. And this changes with every single artist. No one artist has the same exact vocal chain. It's literal just I start with EQ and work my way through like compression, sibilance, and every vocal delivery is so different. Like I have artists that send stuff in a very controlled environment, and then I have another one where it's not so controlled, and I have to do a lot of work to get the background noise out and all that stuff. So every process is going to look a little different. This one, she's very clean at how she captures vocals, so it was not a lot of work for me.
Hey, Johnny.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Go ahead. You
Okay.
first.
I was just gonna ask, like, is there a way to like save a vocal chain in Logic?
Yep.
You know, say I wanna generally sound this way.
Let's do that right now. So these are all my artists with theirs. You can see like I have different artist presets already.
Oh,
So let's just do that right now. If you missed that, go up to right here. It would say setting for you. Click on that and then go save channel strip settings. And I'm going to make this one Leah Noble. Float on. I'm going to save it. And then so now it changes that name and you can see it's in that session there. So if I wanted to go back to something else, I could. And then soothe here. Oh, wait, Kat, you had a question? Was it you?
Yeah. Is there a reason why you do the autotune last?
Yeah. There is, again, pending on the preference of. I've seen many people be like, put it first. And then I've seen other people say, hey, get all those like crappy frequencies out of there so autotune's not pulling those. So I have just I go back and forth. There's no right way to do it. It's whatever gets the cleanest result for you. And this is not a go-to. If I was to pull up other channels, you would probably see autotune like second or third.
Okay.
It's just that's what happened for this one.
Okay.
Derek, you had something?
Yeah, just real quick, since we're on that topic, like it feels like song by song, person by person, sometimes the entire EQ process could potentially change for a vocal.
Yep.
Do you find that it stabilizes ever in like, oh, with this artist, it's pretty much the same thing, but we're just tweaking certain areas? Or do you feel like every song's its own animal? Yeah. Okay, that makes me feel reassured. Yeah. That's what I feel like I deal with. But it also stinks at the same time, for sure.
Yeah. The more we try to control things, I think, and be like, everything has to come out this way. It's never you can have growth or you can have control, but you can't have both at the same time.
Amen.
It's like singing.
Yeah. And
singing is exactly like that.
And with vocals, she could be at a very high register for one song and a very low register for another. So I'm not going to EQ it the same way.
Right, that's true.
One could be acoustic, one could be very piano. Two different instruments. I'm going to EQ that differently. Um,
Man,
and then it could be a trailer. Well, trailers, I want to mix those completely different if it's just an acoustic track.
sure.
So,
Mhm.
Wow.
Kat, do you have one more thing before I keep going?
Oh, when you're taking out the low ends or
Yeah.
whatever, with that, is it? Since I know it said it has to do with some of the frequencies, which it literally has to do with some of the notes. Therefore, but then if we're taking out like the low end, like the way that you did, it makes it. It seems like it makes those notes that are right around that spot actually clearer in a way. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to see if I understand that properly. Like
All right, so
so.
here let's walk through it in real time.
Mhm.
I'll watch you. I'll show you guys how I do it. So,
I backed my car into a cop car.
so I'm listening for that.
How are you doing that? So
Whoever's
I don't have this particular filter. I don't think, or at least I haven't used it yet. So I'm trying to understand.
Johnny, to her point, when you're holding that little headphone icon, are you just like isolating the frequency spot
yeah. So
just to hear just that spot?
yeah.
Interesting.
Ah,
So you hear that.
yeah. Wow, that's crazy. I
Or
didn't even know that you
some
could do
people
that.
do this.
Yeah.
I just like this way. I've always done it this way because I'm like I want to pull down what I'm pulling down, not hear what's up. Like
Hmm.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
but that's not right or wrong. It's just preference. So because sometimes I'm like, all right, there's something over here, and I'm like same thing.
Wow.
And that will do it for the entire. This is like one of those ones where it does that for the entirety of the song versus like when you have to isolate a spot in the song.
Yeah, this is for the whole vocal.
Mhm. Okay.
But again, like I EQ my chorus is very different than how like some songs I have to push it a little. Like if the delivery is so different on the chorus and they get
Yeah.
real low or they get real high, that's a completely different frequency shift.
Hmm.
Get a new channel on it, and I might even put some distortion and saturation on the vocals to push a little more, which means I'm going to EQ it differently. And like it's
So
just
you'd like even if it was in the main vocal or whatever, you would cut it out of the main vocal and put it into a
yeah.
different
So
track altogether, so that way it would be
like you can see
separate.
right here, this one is the main for the end. It's on a whole different channel with completely different settings.
Yeah, and I see that there's like box main underneath, even for like a couple like random spots
Yeah, and like
right
this,
there too.
this
Okay.
is just like an EQ verbed out because I just wanted different verb sends on that, and so
Mm-hmm.
so for EQ, yeah, does that help you guys kind of see like how I pick and choose what I don't want and all that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
Um,
wonder if we have that one in our usual setup or not.
so then soothe right here. This is kind of last thing. It's kind of taking out the honk in it, which is these frequencies over here. So like
I backed my car into a cop car the other
just more taking that out.
day.
Um, got the attack kind of slow and then or fast, and then I got the depth kind of mid mix 100%, and then I'm sending it out to these uh, vocal buses. Well, this is to a aux send for my verb, so that's what this sounds like right here.
I backed my car into
Out.
a cop car the
I'm
other
taking out the s's of
day.
the verb. I don't want the verb to have a lot of
Oh,
s's
we
on it.
just drove
I
off
also don't want it to have a
sometimes
lot of low
life's
end.
okay. I
And then
ran my
here's the verb I'm
mouth off
using.
a bit
Got a
too
high mix
much.
set on it.
What did
Pretty long
I
decay,
say?
like 5 seconds. just
Well,
to keep
you
it. And I've got
just
it in a large
laughed
and
it
dark
off,
room.
it was all
And then
okay.
I've added another verb on top of it just to make it a little more far away, high on the mix.
Mm.
Seconds. So then when everything's by itself or when everything is playing, it sounds like this.
I backed my car into a
I
cop
killed the verb
car the other day.
without verb.
Well, he just drove off. Sometimes life's okay. I ran my mouth off.
And then this one is with delay now. So if I was to kill both of these,
I backed my car into a cop
here's with
car
just verb.
the other day.
And then the delay one, this is what I got going on here. I don't remember when I set this one up. I actually think a friend of mine did this, and he's like, "Oh, do this, this, and this," and I just set it and left it. Uh, Same with this one, Echosphere. I like it. It's just a plate with a mix halfway, and then sibilance to take out those S's on the delay, so you're not getting anything. It like takes,
Mm.
and then again,
It's on the delay there. Okay, that's
yeah,
smart. Okay.
taking off the high end on the S's as well. So this is kind of like those things where when you hear people say like, "Oh, I mix as I go along," this is that. Like you're thinking ahead of everything of like, I want this to sound a certain way, so I need to craft those sounds, and it comes with time of learning how to do that. Any questions on those two things?
Just more of a general question. It feels like the amount of time and effort you probably put into just the Vox EQ because there's so much you're having to do between compression, vocal layering, aligning the vocals, like all these different pieces, that this would just be a job unto itself. Do you feel like that's the case in some instances where people are just like, that's what I do is that section of the vocal mixing compared to everything else? Or is it usually someone who's producing is also doing all the vocal mixing too?
I know again, not an easy answer. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
there's people that like just are really great at vocal production, but they can
Mm,
usually produce everything else pretty well. There's no like, if you approach producing as like, I know there's like focus on your strengths. I understand that, and then like
right, yeah, yeah.
that kind of goes out the window with production. And I'm gonna say it, and like I'm very much a person that's like work to your strengths. But what that doesn't mean is in production abandon it. Like
Mm,
I didn't start out good at vocals, and I still think I have a lot to learn. I don't think I'm great, but
mm,
I've gotten to a point that's better than I was 2 years ago, which is the goal.
sure.
Not to not do it and pass it off to someone else and say this is a lot of work. This whole song took 2 days. Everything you see is what I did in 2 days. Recorded. She recorded all her vocals, sent them to me, um, and then I was just off to the races building all of this all at one shot. But it's a lot of work. Yeah, it's a lot to do it all at once, but um, that's kind of the game. Like
Yeah,
everyone's doing that in Nashville. Is every producer you talk to is like, you know, if you're like, well, how'd you get this vocal that way? They usually do it, and then they'll tell a mix engineer like, hey, here's what I want, and like if they want to rebuild it. Some mix engineers are like Chris Lord Alge, one of the top guys in the game. He'll be like, dude, give me everything dry. Do you want my mix or do you want your mix? And there's guys that are like that, and like you want their sound on there, so you'll give it to them dry, and they'll rework your whole thing. But Chris Lord Alge is also mixing for like Blink-182 and massive bands like that, so it's very
right.
very different than what I'm going to be doing. So I have to do it all on my own.
Got it.
Um, and it's a lot. I understand. Like you're looking at,
No, yeah.
God, it's a lot, and it is. It's don't be confused about it. If you don't love it, bye. You're not gonna make it because this is a lot of work. Does that answer any more about vocals?
I had another vocal question, not on that specific. I think for the harmonies, I heard a guy's voice,
Yep.
and I was curious how much layers you put one for both, and then do you just pan them right and left? And is or were there any in the center?
Yeah. Again, different case by case. It just depends. So let's go through that. Vocals here. We have the main on the chorus.
And we'll all
Center.
float on, okay. And we'll all
Can you hear that?
That, yeah.
So that's literally just this main vocal that I bounce
Hmm.
in place. And then what I'll do is I put a doubler on it
Hmm.
and I take out the middle. So this would be on. You take out the middle of that. This Kayla Glaze's move. She told me this. And for double, you put this on there, you get rid of the direct. So now it's just pushing out the sides. So I'm not going to get any phase by having it be the same vocal as my main. And
Oh.
I get a little bit more of the low end out. And then I put more like this is basically just a verbed out track of my main.
Yeah.
Same thing, but I just want the layer of the vocal in there. I've got a cassette player, so it warps it a little bit. And then I've got this kind of Galaxy tape echo. I don't know why I put this on there. It's crazy. And then again, it's going to these two auxes that are sending it to the back into the vocals. And so what I mean by that is like this right here, this vocal. I'm gonna get to harmonies in a second, but let me show you how I lay this out. So this vocal right here goes to bus 5. Bus 5 is this vocal bus right here. Any aux like verb gets routed back into like this is the bus for all my main vocals reverb. I'm sending that bus back into the vocal bus. It's not going stereo out master. It's coming back into the vocal bus and then getting processed again. Um, this piano scratch should be going to piano, but it's not, and it still went to mix. See, so you can even make mistakes. And still go to print. Um, so then that's that one, and then right here you hear these two.
and we'll all float on, okay. And we'll all float on, okay. Madness comes, don't
Yeah,
you
I'm gonna mute you for a
worry,
sec.
even
A lot of
when
background
nothing
noise.
lands.
Um,
Goodness works its way into the plan. Ah, ah, ah.
so that's the and I slightly got them panned, and then over here they're gonna go hard left and right on the lows,
And we'll all float on, okay.
and then I keep
And
one
we'll
center low harmony in the
all
middle,
float on, okay. Bad news comes, don't you
and then when we get
worry.
to this part right here,
All float on, okay.
center, left, and right of that same
And
harmony.
we'll all
And
float
then I went in and
on,
added this of my vocals. So this is a Boniver effect. You're supposed to say Bony, not Bobby. I can't spell. I'm supposed to be an N there. So this right here is like a fake Boniver effect where you put like a fast tune on it, a vocal bender, and you pitch your formant down -3 semitones. And then it sounds like this.
Oh, so you're pitch shifting.
Yep. So with her,
and we'll float on, okay. And we'll all float on, okay.
and that's just trial and error, like look at what you like, listen to what you like, and try and figure out how to make something cool like that. And this was, I don't know, a couple takes just going through, making weird noises. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool if I sing it that way into it. And then again over here, I added more of myself. And it sounds terrible, and it's supposed to. Because then when you match it with this nice and pretty, it sounds like you have real people. It sounds like you have real people singing in the choir.
Can I ask a question about that?
Yeah.
I saw a video about gang vocals, and they were talking about in general when you're doing gang vocals and you're spreading them to kind of almost do not character voices, but like kind of, and to it can be perfectly on pitch, but it doesn't have to be for that reason because it's supposed to emanate like a crowd, so it's not supposed to sound like the same person. Is that kind of what you're getting at?
Yep. That's what I was
Okay.
saying. Is it's meant to sound like a choir. So choirs aren't like in more like a stadium. Like stadiums aren't perfect,
Yeah.
but you have a lot of people singing at the same time. I mean, by themselves, they're terrible. And then this is just me straight shouting.
So this is only two voices, like you and her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure.
This is just me pitching things around. A really really cool thing to do that I did here was where you actually I didn't do it on this song. I'll show you a trick to get on a different session how to do really cool vocals. But basically, you go customize, turn Verispeed on, and then you click speed only, and then you want Verispeed speed and pitch. And so if I was to record vocals, I could slow the tape down by like 10%, right? And then I'd record vocals that would sound like this playback. It's terrible. But you sing it like this, and then it pitches it back up real fast, and it sounds like a different voice, a different speed, and all this stuff. So it's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna be able to handle it, so I can't show you the right way. So Dimitri, there's those vocals, and then they just keep growing as we get into choruses. And a lot of what I'm adding there is more of just like a feel and like longing in the song for it to sound like there's some angst to it, and you feel that more than you hear that. Like in context, you're not hearing all my shouts.
Yeah.
Feel the you feel that that's there, right? Then all these vocals on the BGVs, there's going to something called center. And so what this does is it pushes everything to the sides. So my main vocal can sit in the center, and these I'm squashing everything out, carving that space. Because if I was to turn this off, just ever so slightly pushes them to the side so I can fit that center vocal right where you want it, knocking you in the head. Everything else is very like it. You feel like there's 20 people singing with you, but you can't make out a specific voice, and that's not the answer for every song. Like that's just something that I was like, this could be cool for this one, and let's try it, and like it worked. But it wasn't just very quick. It was a lot. But questions?
I was just asking, like, I know it's a lot of it is trial and error, and it comes with time. But is there what you would say a general rule to like? Because for my songs, there are a lot of songs I like. I want to create that like almost chanting sometimes or collective feeling, that choir or almost like people in the background, like singing, but I'm not there. I can't get that. So I was like, oh, is it it's probably both a mixed thing, and maybe I need to create more variations in my vocals because it's just me singing.
Yeah, and you achieve that by, like, if you look at these, some of them. Let's isolate some of these. What's this one doing? I'm just pitch bending that one. This one, what's this one doing? Just singing like this, just really weird. And then this one's doing something. Now is this already will I float on? I'm just singing weird and making different character voices, like Derek said. And this is a shout. It's just me singing. Already will I float on. And you just mess around with vocals on it, and then you start adding them all. You work with the reverb to it, but this Verispeed, and then I'll show you another session. But this Verispeed is kind of the fastest way to achieve what you're looking for without having to throw your voice too many different ways. Um, but that can be another. I'd have to open up another session to get into that. So yeah, then these ones right here. Then again, more vocals. That's with these. Then what she's doing is this. So let's start with her mains. Very verbed out. You can hear how many different timbres there are in her voice too. Like, she's just singing differently, and I think, Dimitri, as you build, you'll start finding your voice and getting more comfortable. Like, I tell my mother-in-law when I'm doing this, I'm like, "Hey, I'm gonna sing some really terrible out of tune stuff, but just don't think I've gone crazy in here because it sound bad." And one time, it was actually this song. She was like, I literally was like, "What are you making in there?" And then I showed her. She's like, "Oh, not at all what you were doing." I'm like, "I know, it's
Like, didn't sound like it was going to be that. Yeah.
so." Yeah. Any more questions about vocals, and we can move on to drums?
Yeah, sorry, one more.
Yeah.
I I'm guessing it's probably EQ, but like that distant sound with reverb. There was a specific, like, I think it was for her main vocals, but it had that, like, it was in the back of my head that, like, I don't know, it just sounded distant that I liked a lot.
So that's this verb, the ones I walked you through, and then these other verbs are going to this, which is the same exact setting, just cranked the mix like really, really loud. So a 5 second decay, and then the mix is like pushed pretty hot. So it's floating out there in space for sure. But it's sending it to a bus, and then I also too, a lot of these you'll see they have verb on them. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, you should never put verb on the
Original thing or whatever. So do it wherever you want to.
Do whatever you want."
Space.
So there's no rules, man. The only rule is that it's got to sound good. But all right, drums or what do you guys want to see next in this?
Yes, please. Drums would be amazing.
Drums. Okay.
Do you hire them out or do you put them in?
It depends on the song.
Funny.
For this
Okay.
one, I had all these samples.
Ooh.
So here's what we started with. This one up here is just Damage, and that's doing this. I don't even know what this is doing. Okay, this is me with a brush playing on what is it, 17? So I have a snare here, and I just put a t-shirt over it, and I have a snare like brush drumstick, and I'm just mic'd it up. So that's happening, and then this same thing, recording. I don't believe there is there. The texture. And the same thing with this one. That's literally me just smacking my knees. Like, smacking the top of my knees. That's all I'm doing. And then together, and then with that, you have this. And what's this one doing? A shaker from
Teeny tiny shaker.
I love this plugin right here. If you guys aren't using this is a game changer. Shimmer Shake Strike 2, like it's so good. You got everything you want in shakers. You click here, all different tambourines. You can change the patterns. Like it's incredible. So it's a good investment. So that's doing that. This very quiet kick. Toms that I found samples of somewhere, these toms. And then together you have this. Very simple. But then it gets a little crazy. So that's this part of the song. The drum bus, it's just literally a tape machine and compressor. Oh, and then I have this on there too. It's just a loop I found. And then a ride build I found. And then we get into big drums. Snare samples, stacked. A lot of snare samples stacked. Like a lot. Like these are my samples that I made down here. Same with this. And I added this. And this is a hit. Air crack. Sometimes. Cymbal transitions are really great when you're getting into choruses. If you can find a good cymbal transition. I've got 3 of them in there. A symphony roll. So again, a lot of it is spending the time listening to what other people are doing and then looking up to things like or making them, and like not doing it terribly. Not enough patience. This big right there. And that's all the drums are doing. I know.
So it feels like, and maybe I'm wrong, but like, do you not use anything like Easy Drummer ever, and instead you're breaking out each instrument, like each little piece of percussion, into its own track?
Yeah.
I kind of like that more, the way that you're doing it, because it definitely, I think, makes it simpler visually. Like, okay, the snare will be here, the cymbals or hi-hats will be here.
When I first started, I was like, I don't know how to do drums. I don't know what to do, and I never saw like really great producers using Easy Drummer.
Mm,
It looks, most of their sessions look at some form of this,
got it.
or they have, and then they're like a live drummer came and played behind it. But I see this a lot more than I see Easy Drummer,
Mm,
and I think Easy Drummer is great. I don't think it's bad. I think it's good to get quick ideas out, but I don't ever use Easy Drummer for like the standalone. And then what I have started doing is something. See, again, it's not. I do like addictive drums when I need to like get really big fat beats going, but I'm not like using their midis, and I'm still breaking it out, kick, snare, hats, and everything like that. I'm just like finding a kick I like, and then I find a different kit with another snare that I like, and I'll put that one in there. Um, but like if you listen to modern drums, a lot of it is not more than like kick, snare, and a shaker. There's not much unless you're listening to like a real band, like top 40 is
right.
this.
R&B, pop, it's very simple stuff.
Yeah. So it depends on the genre you're in.
True.
Danielle, any questions about drums? I know
That was super helpful. Thank you.
I know I went fast.
Um,
I can go back through anything.
and you feel like it's like, I know this is a funny question, but like of integrity in the world to use samples, is that kind of what a lot of people do? They just find samples and they plug them in.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Samples.
I've never even thought about doing that. So, okay, that's good for me to like think about, because I just was plugging it in myself on my piano.
Oh yeah. I mean that's what Splice is for. Like
Okay.
Splice. See, look, this is what I was looking for today. Snare big. And I'll take one of those, drop it in, and if I like it, whatever. If I don't, I'll just get another one. And you just keep mix and match. And like I stack my snares kind of a lot sometimes depending on what I'm looking for, but like this one is kind of a knock. And then what's this one? Okay, so that's snare and yeah. So
And then you just loop them. Wow.
Then this makes it sound a little like there's someone in the room with it because it's got some movement. That's
Hey Johnny.
yeah.
Beautiful.
I want to know your opinion, and I'm just curious, perspective wise, because my cousin, he's an independent artist, but he doesn't like using samples. But I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to learn to play 5 instruments because he plays everything he does.
Yeah.
I just what are your thoughts about that? Because he's not like big on samples. I don't know.
I'm trying to think how to say this. Don't care what anyone else thinks. Literally, don't care what your cousin, what your brother, what this producer does. Take it and be like, that's cool for you. I'm glad you think that that's the best reverb or that's the best sample or I don't use samples. Cool. That's why you're you. That's why I'm me. And I'm the best at what I do because the best is what I do is be me. And you're the best at what you do because the best at what you do is be yourself. That's what makes you great. Not what, oh, this person likes this and this person likes that. Who cares? Like, it's, you are all great because you are you. You can't let someone else's decisions on like perspective be yours.
Mm-hmm.
You got to find that experience on your own because he can be in a place where he's like, I don't need samples. I can make my own. Great. Not everyone has that. And you can have Splice where you can go find great samples that someone's made and put them in, and there's nothing wrong with it. That's not cheating. It's you know, you would either go pay for someone like your cousin to sit and make a sample for you and then take it to your computer, or you can go to a whole database where everyone's done that and you pay them and they get money and royalties for it. It's just, be wary of people who say never do this, because everything that we listen to that's great is because someone said, I'm going to break a rule somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Little tangent there, but just, I get the questions of like, I know you guys are trying to figure out like, what's the right answers. There's not. It's just be you and explore. Like, this is all about exploration. This is all about finding, what you like and what you don't like. And he may have a more attuned ear and be like, I can hear that it's a sample. That's great. Not everyone can tell. Like, if you ask the average person hey, which snare do you like? They're like, I can't tell the difference between these snares. Producers get real weird sometimes.
Yeah, people can get real weird and snobby about things.
Yeah, just try to avoid the never do this or anything like that.
Yeah,
love that. Yes.
Um,
Okay, so when you put these in, Johnny, like, are they beats? Are the samples actually on beat, or is it just like one beat usually?
what do you mean one beat?
I mean, like, the ones, like the snares are just one beat and then you loop it, right? But are there any samples that you can get that they keep going?
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Sorry, does that make sense?
yeah, these are one shots.
Right, okay.
So one shots are these, and then this would be a loop, but I created this loop.
Okay.
So yeah,
Cool.
if you go to Splice, you can do options like this. If I go snare big, I can go one shots, loops, or one shot. Then it'll search loop,
Oh.
and then
Okay, that's so helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't like gotten into that yet, so that makes way more sense.
if you do that, what?
Sorry, I'm trying to like because that's not in Splice instrument. That's in regular Splice.
Yeah,
Correct.
I'm not familiar with Splice instrument, to be honest. I only use the this. I only use this. I don't use Splice instrument. So then, if you wanted a different BPM, like let's say you want the exact, you could set it right here. What are we in? 76. So I can do 76, and it's gonna give me all these at 76.
Okay, so that's something that you have to have a thing for.
The other thing that you can do is like, let's say you find a sample loop that you like, but it's the wrong tempo. You go to Smart Tempo Project Settings, go to your Set Imported Files, and turn this to On Align Bars and Beats. And when you click that, what it's going to do is anytime you drag a sample into your session with that on, if it's the wrong BPM, it'll snap it to the grid so you don't have to do that work. It's not a perfect science, and sometimes it's like you really got to fight with it. But what you would do is you would turn this on right here, your flex mode, and it would be monophonic. You would set it to rhythmic or slicing for drums. And if you were using a sample that's like a voice or a keys or anything. Like let's say you got a piano patch loop that's like pads or whatever. Turn it on polyphonic, and that would snap it to the grid and keep the kind of quality of it. Anyway, I'm getting on a tangent there. So drums, yeah, you can do one shots, or you can make and you can find loops. Like that's what this is down here. This is a loop that I found. What's happening?
Oh,
Someone's synth.
sorry. I think it might have me.
So this is my snare. Okay. So this is a loop I found. And I didn't need to change it because it's the right BPM. Does that help with that question?
Yes, absolutely. That's so helpful. Thank you.
We probably got like 15 minutes left. Does anyone want to see anything else on this specific session?
Do you have pads on there, like synth?
Yep. So these are all. So these are all from this little thing right here. The OP1 field. So this is like an analog synth. And that's the bass you'll hear in here. And then this is a drone I made with it. And then another drone. And then another drone right here. I just make weird drones and pedals. I run them through. I have this pedal called the Chase Bliss Mood, and it does some really cool stuff with it. And that's what all these like pads are run through. And then I also added this in there. It's just a kick sample with a delay. So like it's giving it this weird feel, I guess, when you're hitting those bass notes. This is a little sparkly pad I put. And these are all made with this little keyboard that I ran through pedals, and everything's got different effects on them to kind of fill all this space. Put together it all. And then I have these pianos playing with them too. And we add all this. It's just about, kind of creating a vibe, what feels good and what sounds interesting. I love the band Sigur Rós. So
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
love Sigros.
so you can hear a lot of that influence on here of like, this is me trying to sound like Sigur Rós.
I mean, also like the Bon Iver like stuff in there too. Like, yeah.
So that's, Dimitri, that's kind of what I'm saying is like, be you, like be great at who you are because you listen to something that like your cousin doesn't listen to, and you try to like interject that into your music, and something like this turns out, and it's something that you love, and that's what matters. Like, do you love it? And like, who cares how you got there? Unless it's Suno. Don't use Suno.
Johnny, like if you get a minute, could you break down like where you start, like the order you put your instruments in, and then the order of mixing?
So,
Unless other people have questions.
yeah. Any other questions before I jump into that? All right. So here's how it starts. I need chips first.
Yeah, Chips is like musicians, that energy.
This no M&Ms. So Leah and I, we start with this. It's me playing the piano. I was like, all right, let's get this melody going on the song. We put it in here. She sent me a scratch vocal, and then um, actually, I don't think she sent me scratch vocal. She sent me the full thing because I just gave her this piano. No, she did send me a scratch. So she sent me a scratch. I had this piano, and then I started building everything else. So once I find the piano that I really like, which took a while with this one, let's see what I'm doing. Double felt on this one. This piano's doing dark score. So these two combined sound like that. That's one. That's the other. That gives me that weight in there. And then this one is not doing anything. I muted those. These are the two I landed on. And then this. And so once I get that, I start looking at pads. I'm like, all right, what's the next thing that's going to happen in this song? And with her vocal, like she had a scratch. I literally will just put the simplest thing on there first of like, I'll just put CLA vocals on it with a big verb and just kind of let it sound decent. And I don't really do too much. And then I start getting into all my pads. So I ran something through a pedal. I got this. I couldn't tell you what that is. I don't know how I made it. I couldn't recreate it even if I tried. But that's also something that I do is like once I make a sound, I'm like, I don't want to ever make that sound again. So I don't save things. I just make them and let them live in that session alone. And then I'll do something else. There's a lot of things I do like re-pull again and be like, oh, I do save this. But if I'm making it on a synth, it's like one and done. If it's analog, there's not really much I can do to go recreate some of this stuff.
And are you saying the vocals already in at this point? Like you've put it in?
Yeah. So I'll just have her doing this, like one vocal.
Like right in the beginning, like before piano?
No, before piano.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
it'll be in with piano, yeah, at the same time. Because I'm listening like this. I'm like, well, do I like that piano or do I like this one? Like this one. And I just toggle back and forth between pianos. Like I'll switch.
See which one you like best.
Just figure out, and like you can see how many different layers of pianos are on here. Like this one, I want it to be a little. This is an organ. But once I figure out this piano sound, I start building all these synths with it. I just want to create a world around that voice. And then as you keep going, you're like, oh, that could be cool if there's like a little sparkle here. This synth is doing this weird. It's glitching. Like if you listen to this one's weird.
Sounds like a horror movie.
So cool.
But in context, it makes sense.
You pull down. It's just movement, you know? Just feel. Sounds nice. This is a weird one too, I think. That's just me with the pedals, just moving stuff and turning knobs until I get something weird. And this one's just a straight drone.
Johnny, when you say turning the pedals, what do you mean?
I have like 4 analog guitar pedals that I run synths through like this.
Oh, that's what you mean. Got it.
They're like loop pedals, so I can move the knobs and like whoops, upside down. I can move knobs and turn it however I want. This one I'm not using anything on. in a while, but I do like this Chase Bliss habit.
Got it. No, that makes way more sense. I was
Yeah.
like, is there a MIDI keyboard pedal thing besides the sustain pedal that I'm unaware of? That makes way more sense.
So I'm moving that, and then once I get to the drums, I showed you kind of how I build that, and then I just start adding more and more. Like, what's this? For strings, let's see what I use here. Oh, emotional cello. You need to be here. This is one of the best sounding cellos. If you have $130, I think it's not bad.
I was say I'm always looking for good solo strings, so
This one is great.
definitely.
Yeah, that sounds beautiful.
Like I could have even gone. Like, I probably should have gone like this.
Net transition notes.
Yeah, the lower this one you go on the velocity, the better it sounds. I didn't do it because I needed this to be a little more up on this part, but just doubling it. The lower. Oh wait. Sometimes I just do things, man. Who knows what this is, why this is like this sometimes. And then this, let's see what's happening here.
Yes.
Like you'd probably never know that was in there.
It's like this could be the beginning of a Bridgerton song right there. So which was that? What was the one that you used for your strings?
Okay, so the main one that's giving us that lush sound is Best Service Emotional Cello right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one, what is this? Afflatus Contemporary Strings Spiccato. This one's a little more hefty on the price side. I think this one, it runs about $700 for that one.
Oh.
Nice easy budget there. But they sound great. This is just Albion one. This one around Black Friday is usually decently priced, like $200.
Johnny, I got a technical question.
Yeah.
This might sound ridiculous, but if I have this even remotely, like, let's just say it's beyond 5 tracks that are MIDI that are not bipped, my system constantly overloads. And I have a fairly newish Mac 2021. Do you have a newer system, or is it just really beefed out? Or like, how can you unmute all these MIDI tracks and not have your system overload constantly is the question, I guess.
Do you have a spinning disk drive or do you have a solid state drive?
Everything's solid state, yeah.
What you're saying sounds like a spinning disk drive problem.
I know.
Not. I don't know. Kat, you're the tech. What is that?
I don't know. I mean, my computer doesn't have a lot of issues usually, but I also don't have 1,000,000,001 things up, so I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
I did have to soup this up. Like when I got it, 64 gig.
Oh yeah, you have an M4. I have an M1 Pro.
I have an M1 Pro, but I also haven't opened up that many in comparison to like what he's doing.
Well, this is
Mine is also 2021, so
this is
Yeah.
light work.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to be the processor at this point because I think I have 32 gigs on my box of RAM. You have 64.
Yeah,
It
use that.
doesn't feel like it's a RAM issue though, but it could be that too, I guess.
I just got everything as maxed out as I could except for the graphics card.
Yeah, well that makes sense.
I
Yeah,
don't need a graphics card.
yeah,
That's
for
fine.
sure.
I mean, you're not gonna be gaming on your music computer. Oh, sorry.
I just see you unmuting all these things, and I'm just like, oh, how nice that must be. I have to constantly bip everything.
Yeah. I'll show you a heavier session, and you can see like.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, any questions? I mean, I know I flew through this pretty fast. I know it's a lot, but it's supposed to be. Like it's supposed to take time, and it's supposed to hurt, and it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to.
Honestly, this has been the most informative thing that I've had so far.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
about
been
everybody.
so great.
Can you? This is a very quick random question. Can you just demonstrate how using the contact interface thingy you drag in like loops or whatever stuff? Can you just demonstrate how that works? Because I can't figure out how that works.
Concat player. She's talking about Concat player.
On the contact, yeah, on the contact, like the instrument, native instruments, like pulling in samples or loops or whatever things from there, because I can't get that to work. So or do you not do that?
Okay. No, I don't. What I'll do.
Okay, no problem. No problem. If you don't do it, then you don't need to try to figure that out on the spot. I was just curious because I couldn't figure out how to do it. So
I do this. This has been my go-to move lately.
And that's the one that's the slice one that you use, right?
Yeah. So I take.
Yeah, and that one.
This where like you take a sample, and then you make. Hang on one second. And then I make a sample out of it.
Oh. Oh.
This is how I've been doing my drums lately. It's a latency, but I'll do that. I don't use the contact player to put samples in. I use this one. I go if I'm in.
You just use a slice one, which yeah.
Let's say I need like let's go granular here with a pad. And let's say, all right, let's just drag this one in. I'll just drag this into the optimized thing, and then.
Are you pressing on the MIDI keyboard right now? You've turned it into a sample that you can just MIDI keyboard it out? That's sick.
It's just you go to the
How did you quick sample it like that? What did you do?
You take your sample.
Yeah.
I have my sample in here.
Yeah.
Drag it over to the side, and it's going to say, well, hang on.
Optimize. Okay, I see you. I got it.
Yeah. So delete it. So here you go. It'll look like this. Quick sampler, optimize. And now it's going to do the classic where you hold it down. If you go slice. I do this all the time because you create weird textures. Like
that's just like a Logic thing that's already existent.
Yeah,
that just exists in Logic. What the heck?
Wow.
So like, look, I can make a whole song just off this.
I mean, it sounds a little bit like it's about to be a hip hop beat that's about to drop right now.
And then you go grab those sample drums and be like,
yeah.
I love it, man. It's great. All right, I know we got to go, but let me show you a hefty.
makes sense.
Let's see. Yes. Actually, this one's probably not going to be that large. I'm trying to think what the other one would be. I mean, I'll get up to some songs are like 200 stems. Here you guys are like, oh my god.
No, that was sick.
It's a lot sometimes, but is everyone good on time?
Yeah.
Yeah, every moment.
I could yap all day about sessions.
I mean, this is very informative, very like helpful to kind of see and everything. So
Cool. Let's see this one. I think this is the wrong. That's life, but this is something you'll see before I even get vocals in. I've sketched something out for an artist to put vocals and top line on, and you'll see what that sounds like. All right, so you'll see. Yeah, there's already like 66 tracks, and we haven't even put vocals in yet. And these are all VSTs. Like nothing has been bounced in place. But this will probably grow to be like 170 tracks, I'm sure.
What? That's awesome, but it completely like my brain. I was taught in art class less is more most of the time, so it's just funny to hear like kind of the opposite almost with this, like because you're filling out the space to such a high degree.
And sometimes it's the answer is less is more, but with this, it's like.
this is one that you.
So this is
that came out with that one, or
no. So what I do is I take videos and I just drop them in, and I just like if I have to start from scratch from somewhere, I just need something to usually get me there, and then I send this to a singer, and I'm like, hey, can you do something with this? And so she'll put something like, and then.
Sorry, I can't hear you. What did you say?
There's nothing playing there, but I would have her vocal occupy all that space, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Eric, this is like that less is more, like right here.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have vocals with her, but once we get to this, it's like, yeah, we need all this to hit. So, you know, I have other sessions that are very minimal too, that are like, there's not a lot.
So did you the first time when you played it, was that the original track and then you're kind of like working on a different like direction for it, or like just because I'm just curious now more than anything else?
What do you mean the first time?
When you played it initially and all that music was playing, was that yours or was that the original what they had for the trailer and then you're working on a different idea for it?
That's me.
You were just my understanding is that you're
ever seen.
Just so I'm understanding, like what you're saying is that you just choose a random like trailers video. So that way you can kind of get like try to get your timing to be something that would be appropriate for a trailer or for some other thing.
Yeah.
is what you're saying.
So
Okay.
that's what I do. Thank you, Derek, by the way.
Yeah, dude, that was like
epic.
straight sick. It was epic for sure, bro.
Yeah, so this is kind of like what I do. This is what got me in the world of sync, was making stuff like this. And
Wow.
like let me show you this real fast. So like this is another one. I'm saying
NIS. The hell's that?
It's the Naval Investigative Service.
Did I show you guys this one?
No.
We're gonna get the guy.
The one that you did as well? Or...
We heard this.
I know where the evidence takes
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
us, and we're gonna figure out answers.
We got this.
Did you guys have a what?
You're supposed to ask that before you let us in. It's too late now.
I love cop stuff. The team wasn't what it used to be. I tried to keep my mind busy at the office. The job wasn't right without her.
Not much has been easy for him.
I know I messed up.
Yep, you sure did.
I need this team back to the way it was before I lose my damn mind. Feel it. Feel the vibe. Hang on.
Sorry, I can't help myself.
So like there's that, there's the Grace one. This song was for this TV show. Very different vibe. Where's the volume on it? I don't know how to get the volume on that.
Better ladies.
And the Super Bowl one I got.
Good morning on this Super Bowl Sunday. The best day of the year is here, folks.
Wake up, kids, we got the dreamer's disease.
Sundays are made for football and Super Bowl.
I'm not gonna make you watch the 4-minute thing, but so like there's that, and then you can go on my Instagram if you want to watch the whole thing. But then there's this one I got last week, which is not playing the music. Why is it not playing the music? Oh, it's not playing the music. I don't know. That one's a trailer one too.
Johnny, are you an anime guy at all by chance?
No, but I watch a lot when I'm making music.
Okay.
Just like it helps get you in that mode of like, oh, this should move like that, and I just turn the volume down or off, and then I make stuff with that in mind.
I was just gonna blow smoke at you a little bit, just because like one of my favorite things growing up was Naruto, and one of the comments in that they used to say was, hard work could outpace anything, but hard work plus talent is something that can't be replaced. Like it's beyond measure. I feel like that's you. You talk about hard work a lot, bro, but like your talent combined with your hard work is ridiculous, dude.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Like I'm blowing smoke, but
no, like I've told you guys before, I don't know what I'm doing. I literally am just having fun, and like,
yeah,
it's just a labor of love, and it's hard work and time. It's time over repetition. And you guys, I was talking to someone the other day about sync, and I was like, it was another student. I'm like, well, how many songs are you writing a month? He's like, I think 3. And I was like, that's for sync music. Writers and singers are probably turning in 200 to 250 a year. Because they can go into 5 sessions in a week and not record anything. They're just a writer, or they can record 100 songs, and they don't have to. They could record a song every day for a whole year, and they're fine. And they could write. Someone else was in the room writing for them. Great. They didn't have to think that day. They just went and wrote, and they just did that. So like
that's a dream for me right there.
But I was telling him like these people in Nashville, they're dogs. Like they work hard. Like.
Yeah,
I appreciate you saying that. Like I work hard. Like it's a lot to keep up with those people, and the producers.
Yeah,
I have to work very hard to keep the same output as they are, because they're doing about 65 songs a year, to 40 to 60 songs, and I'm putting out about the same amount as them. And I still have full time, like 9 to 5, so I have to work very hard at that. I think this year, I think I've already probably turned in 20 songs this year.
Well,
That's February 15th.
I know. Well, I turned in like 10 my first week because I worked through like Christmas to get them all done.
Yeah, because if you're working regular job as well, that just sounds insane.
Yeah. So I was able to have like 10 days to myself, and I just cooked I didn't leave my room, and I was like, all right, I got cut up. Then I had a week where I had to turn in 7.
You don't have kids, do you?
No. Superpower. That's my secret, is no kids. But again,
so inspiring.
For you guys that do have kids, like, just because you can't spend like 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. like I do every night, that doesn't mean like you won't get there. It has to look different for you, and like
timing
it's the same kind of principle of what we were talking about earlier, but it's just now it's put that towards hours of like, well, Johnny works 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. But you don't got to do what I do. Get up at 4:30 and work till 7 and get your 3 hours in there, or work 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. if that works better for you. Whatever it is, just it's
find the
time, make it a priority, and I told my wife, I said when I first started, I was like, I need 7 years to figure out if this is gonna work, and we're in year 4 right now, 5 of that. So like it's time. Which
is why you are still doing your other job on top of this.
Yeah, because it just takes time. Like, I mean, I may be at 10 years doing this and still have my other job, but I know artists in Nashville that like they'll tell me like, dude, don't quit your day job. Literally, man. Like, I have to gig, I have to go teach lessons, I gotta go lead worship over here. And it's rough because my pub deal doesn't cover enough for this month, and I got to go find and make money and social and streaming. And it's like, so there's no perfect way to do it. I mean, go look at the Olympics athletes. There's a guy that's an Olympic snowboarder, and he pours concrete for a living. Like everyone has to make a living, and
that's a good point.
That's okay. Like, I know on Instagram, there's Grammy-winning producers who have made stuff for rap artists who have to go out work construction the next day, or bartend, or be bouncers. Like, it's getting a lot harder to just do this solely. So don't be discouraged if like it looks different for everyone, but there's ways to make money and have fun still, and that's what this really is about. Is like find your lane and have fun with it. And
I thought about that a lot, because me personally, if I'm thinking about money, I can't create freely, and because for me, I just like, this may sound stupid and juvenile, but I try to live my life every day. I just want to have fun. Like,
it's not stupid.
I'm not about the I don't know, nothing wrong with 9 to 5, and people saying, oh, when you're this age you gotta have a wife and kids, in your 60 you gotta retire. Like, no, I'm trying to have fun until my last breath. Like, that's just how I wanna choose my life. But my point was, like, my day job is decent. I'm an accountant, so I get paid well and I have a lot of flexibility. And it makes me want to create freely, I guess, because I'm not worrying about money. Like that. Like, it's not, because when I'm stressed about it, which I have been in the past, it's just hard to like create, to practice, to so I don't know.
Do you work from home?
I do.
Man, you guys that work at home, like, I don't know if your computers are monitored, but like, get your other computer running and like get that little like machine that moves your mouse for you, and just like cook all day, man. You can do it.
The jigglers.
No, I literally because I talked to my friend or my parents. Like, I literally probably work like 3 to 4 hours, really, and the rest of the time is just trying to focus on music.
Yeah, man. Like, if you got that, hold on to it. If any of you work from home and like you don't have to wake up super early, I know it's different if you got kids, but like if you don't have kids, stay up late. Like see if that works better for you. I've always been a stay up all night kind of person, so like for me it just makes sense. That's not going to make sense for everyone. I know other guys, like my boss, for example, he gets up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock and works till he's got to take his kids to work or school.
Right.
But he goes to bed at 9:30, 10. But then, they go to bed then too, and then he's asleep, and then he wakes up super early. And at Christmas time, I was staying up till 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to work on something. I'd send it to him as soon as I was done, and then he would, at 4:30, 3 o'clock, he'd wake up, take my session, and then send it back to me by like 8 o'clock. And we flip-flop like that for a whole 2 weeks, making all of it happen for work. So everyone's different. Like, it's just what works for you and there's rhythms. There's times where like, just recently, not to get heavy, but like we lost our golden retriever who was only 6 years old, and it was very unexpected. In a matter of one day, we lost him, and it was crushing. And I remember the next day I got the Grey's Anatomy placement, and it was like,
Oh.
Man, that's awesome, but like, what's it matter, And so I'm in this like world now of like Saturday, I'm not just in my studio all day here when it's nice outside. I'm with the dog that's 9 years old now, and like hanging out with him, just sitting there and like doing nothing and just sitting in the yard. And there's rhythms for it, you start to
absolutely.
But I still get my hours in. You just have to kind of move. There's rhythms of it, and then there's peaks and valleys. There's sometimes where like I didn't make anything for 2 weeks after our dog died back in November, and that like I didn't touch music. I was like, I told all my artists, I'm like, hey, dealing with some personal stuff. I'll get back to you in like 3 weeks maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Everyone has a peak and a valley. So if you're in a valley right now or you're in a peak, like it's okay to be in either of those. So don't feel guilty about not doing things, or that's all right. But we went really long on this one.
That's okay.
But if this is helpful, I can do more sessions like this where I open up sessions that are either released by the artist or on a placement, if that's helpful.
Yeah, for sure.
So any last questions before I go?
No, thank you, Johnny, for everything.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I was going to say, I was planning to miss on Wednesday because it was my husband's birthday. So just like worked out so perfectly. I was like, yay.
Yeah, awesome.
So glad we got to meet. Yeah, it's awesome. And your
Happy
mentorship
birthday
is so
to him.
helpful too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope you guys learned a lot, and I'm excited to see what you guys all grow in. So, and Derek, dude, you didn't schedule any one-on-ones this week?
I got a schedule for this week. I've been dealing with vision therapy stuff like I was telling you about, but things are finally starting to go better.
Good, man. All right. All right, everyone.
Thanks, brother.
Have a great rest of the day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.